Good evening, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to tonight's photo editing stream, where I'm going to be working on images from last Saturday's cosplay shoot. So as King, I saw that you followed me literally the second before I hit the start streaming button. So thank you for the follow. It's like I'm getting ready to go live, and suddenly I hear the alert go off, and I'm like, wait a minute, I haven't started yet. So, thank you. Thank you very much. And of course you did. So what's going on right now, before I actually start editing, was something that I had forgotten to do earlier today, was to actually convert all of the images to high-resolution JPEGs for me to work on. So that's going on right now, so that'll take a couple of minutes. But while we do that, we'll just show you some of the images that I'm going to be working on tonight. Some of my personal faves so far, as the images continue to roll in. It's converting at the same time, so it'll take a minute. When you're converting them to low-res JPEGs, they're very quick. Oh, we're getting close here. There's 111 or so images in the studio, and then about... Oh, thank you, Wing. No, bodies are so weird, especially mine, when you have an autoimmune disease and you're on immunosuppressants. But yeah, never let it be said that I did not offer up my body in the name of art. So, no, what had happened was, for those of you who don't know, so last Saturday I was doing a shoot. This is Wing 41, by the way, in case you've never seen him before, in the flesh, as it were. One of my moderators and, the model for this wonderful shoot. Are we finished converting? Yes, we are. Yep. Hey, Icarus! Welcome. Thank you for the resub. So what had happened this Saturday was I was, I'll show you the section of images that I was shooting. Let me go back to, first let me just rename this so that I can convert properly. So I was shooting this series of images. So Wing 41 is standing on a platform, and I am standing on a step below him, concrete step, and then behind me is the road. It's concrete, and I was so caught up in the moment taking these images that I had went to move, and when I had went to move, gravity tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Hey, remember me? Isaac Newton and all that," and reasserted itself. So I and two cameras took a tumble onto the concrete, and I had landed most of my right arm took the fall. Cameras are fine. I'm fine. And the rest of the shoot went off without a hitch. Now, my body does this weird thing because, again, I have an autoimmune disease and I'm on immunosuppressants, where it takes about 2 days for my body to register that something has happened to it. So the rest of the shoot was fine. I physically felt fine. And then Sunday felt fine. No issues. And then Monday morning around 5 a.m., I had gotten up to take a piss, and my entire right arm had felt like it had been sucker punched by the Hulk. The whole upper arm in particular, wrist was sore. I had a couple of bruised areas like on my right side, and yeah, so like the damage from that fall it took almost a full 48 hours for my body to go, oh, right, you fell on concrete. Right, yes, let's resolve that. So, this is what my body does. It's been that way since I've been on immunosuppressants for Crohn's disease. So like if I'll do a strenuous exercise, if I use muscles that I haven't used in forever, same thing. It'll take 2 days for my body to register that I did a serious workout, and the appropriate muscles will be sore. It leaves me in a false sense of security is what it does, because the next day I'll be like, oh, workout, great, feel great, fine, and then the next day, like, oil can, get me the oil can, get me the Bengay, the Mineral Ice, the Tiger Balm, give me the Epsom salt compresses, ow, hurt, pain. So, my body hates me, la 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 la, so, it's a thing. So, all right, the studio images have finished converting, so let's convert these guys into high-res JPEGs. Yep. Good. Let's run that. And then we'll get started. We will get started on tonight's fun. So while that's going on. Oh, yes. Yeah, so yesterday I suffered in silence, and today it's mostly better. The only real pain, any sort of residual pain at this part is basically like the right tricep area at this point where I really landed. So, of an abundance of caution, I did skip going bowling tonight, so. Oh, incidentally, Ryan, the roll of film that I had started shooting with you, I went out today to a nearby cemetery that I hadn't taken pictures in yet, and finished the rest of the roll there. So when I do Artist Back Alley at the end of this month, I will be developing that roll of film. So April 30th, that's a Saturday. You will get to see me engage in constant agitation. So. Alright, so let's see. We've got 76 images that are presently converting. Once those are done, we will begin the editing for tonight. So, we'll start with some of the outdoor images first. And so when Ryan approached me, asked me to do a shoot, he had the idea for, he wanted abandoned buildings or abandoned warehouses. And the first place that I thought of was the warehouse district in downtown Albany, which is a very rundown, really nasty area of downtown Albany. It looks disgusting, which makes perfect sense because they're trying to gentrify the hell out of it. In between these abandoned and falling down warehouse buildings, you have fancy eateries and cideries right down the street. So it's like you have to drive through the ugly to get to the gentrification, because that's what we're doing in urban planning. So we're going to start. We are just about done. It's converted 70 now out of these 76 of these outdoor ones. So we are ready to go. Beautiful. All right. So let's start. Let me pull up some of my favorite ones here to start with. Boom. 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 You and the far off one there. And that one. All right, let's start with you guys. Beep. Let's actually. Hide the taskbar right now. Give me some more room to work with. So this of the outdoor images, this is my favorite. This is my absolute favorite of the entire set. But there were also some really good ones here that I'm gonna start with this one. As our dear scientist here gazes lovingly at the T-virus, while, standing next to a barbed wire chain link fence under a rusted bridge and next to a collapsing warehouse. Because, like you do. Okay, curves look pretty good. Let's do hue saturation. Now, we don't want to go all black and white yet, but we do want to desaturate it a bit. We don't want to go too crazy here. This is not psychedelic. This is not LSD mad scientist. This is a viral mad scientist. There's a difference. I don't think so. Nah. Just keep it as is. For the moment. Okay. For studio images, 117 and 185. All right, I will jot that down so that I can work on those, so I can at least show them tonight. Jot those down. Let's go 117 and 185. Yeah, write that down. Selective color. I don't think we have a whole lot of that. Not much. No. Let's go back to 0 on that. 0. Blacks. Neutrals, actually. Ah. That's where I'm going to get some... That's where I'm going to pick up some additional. Okay. I almost like that, actually. But we're definitely going to tamp down the neutrals a bit. I think 15% should do fine. Yeah, like I said, that yellow shift was a bit interesting. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to first do my regular edit here, and then I think I'll save a separate yellow. I'm going to tone down the whites. I don't want a whole lot of white in here. Okay. And then black itself. Too dark. Too dark. Losing the vest. Definitely losing the vest. Actually, we can go with a slightly... We can deduct black. Not much. And there is just, I know that you all are watching me, and, just a courtesy content warning. Some of the images I'm going to be editing will have fake blood and actual needles in them. So if that makes you uncomfortable, if that squeaks you out, I will let you know when I'm about to pull up one of those images, in case you wanna tune out for a little bit. Because that is not everyone's cup of tea, and I know that. Okay, let's go to the background here. Get some hot gradient action going on in here. Well, that's why I've if you noticed when you logged in to start watching, you'll notice that you probably had to click there was a warning saying that this stream is intended, it says, for mature, because for that reason. I don't usually slap the mature on, but I know that blood and needles will squick people out. So also, Icarus, how have you been? I haven't seen you in a while. Seemingly. Here's my burn tool. See if we can burn some more. That's a bit much. That's a little too on the nose. However, oh, no. Not too bad. Work has been a little chaotic. I'm eternally knee-deep in Project Overload. Ooh, that's exciting. Let's then change the exposure. Let's up you. 5 is a bit much. A little too much. Excellent. I know I've got the first Ren Fair coming up here that I'm going to in early May. Just darken the edges a bit more here. I hope you have a blast, my friend. Oh, the promise of a new Ren Fair. New Ren Fairs are always exciting. We're just adding a few additional splotches, little pattern, little splotching to the bridge here, which is already disgusting in its own right. I mean, Ryan and I walked through there and it was like, ah, the smell of stale air and piss. Perfect shooting location. Let's add a little contrast. I think I like that. I think I like that. We've definitely made that a bit more ominous. Just save that as we are. Now let me go back to this hue saturation that the selective color that we were playing with. And it was in the neutrals where we added more yellow, which you guys seem to enjoy. Which, all right, you know, I can see that. Just crank the yellow all the way to 100 and see what happens. Or we add a bunch of magenta to that as well. I kind of like that better. But we'll save both. We'll save both. Zoop. I guess the picture near being a chemical waste factory. Yeah, I mean, that's sort of where I was thinking, so awesome. So we've saved both versions. So, you know, Ryan, you can choose whichever one you'd like, or both. I mean, you're paying me for these, so... All right, let's see how this looks in black and white, because I have to. It is a curiosity of mine. Let's go. Filter. Oh, that's right. If we do red filter, that gets rid of all the blood. We don't want to do that. Blue filter. That's better. It's a regular blue filter. The red tone pics look like the Silent Hill kind of thing. Oh, okay. Another one of my favorite survival horror series. Nah, I like the high contrast blue filter the best. I think that gives it the most sort of dirty look, as it were. So hold on to that. Contrast black and white. Okay. All right, for our next trick. The hell time is it? 8:30. Started a bit late. Blackie Ace, thank you for the follow. Thank you so much. Welcome aboard. So then we have this one. It's our next one here. And this one I kind of wanted, just that whole long landscape effect. You see all this desolation and not destruction, just desolation and rundownness in the background. And here you have Laughing Boy injecting himself because, of some such I mean, injecting yourself with a virus, I think you've gone past the start of the descent into madness, and you have firmly crossed into madness territory. There is no start of the descending into madness at this point if you've injected yourself with Ouroboros. But yes, good evening to you, Blackies, and welcome. Thank you for spending some of your evening with me. If I haven't introduced myself, I stream as Eroyvis, but for my professional photography, I'm Brian French, and if you like what I do, or you're curious about what sort of photography I do, type in !art, and it will take you to my card page, which has all of the links to my Instagram, Vero, Patreon, Redbubble store, website, all of that fun stuff. And thank you, Icarus. And be sure to check it out. Let me know what you think. Oh, and if any of my Patreon patrons, my $5 and up patrons are watching, I'll be mailing out your patron prints by the end of this week. I received them, finally got them this past weekend in the mail, and I will be sending them out to you at the end of this week. Okay, let's see what we got here. That's fine. So this building on the left here, this warehouse, which I wish, if only we could have done this shoot, Ryan, just a couple of months earlier before some private developer bought this. Before all this fencing got put up, we could have actually gone into it and seen all of the graffiti and the weird, freaky shit that's in here. Alas, this worked very well. This whole setting worked very well. I am very glad we got to do this. Curves are fine. Hue saturation. Let's do that. But this used to be a warehouse that was cold storage. In downtown Albany. Haunted warehouse, maybe. That'd be more of the former asylums that New York State used to keep around for the mentally disabled. One selective color. Yeah, hue saturation is fine here. Yeah, 10% more. Ooh, yes, actually. Get some more of the cloud cover. That works. I think blacks are fun, yeah. Although, that's a possible edit. That is a possible high contrast edit. Alright. Alright, well, you know, while I'm here... Whoop! That's yellow this time. This time with the sky, I don't think the yellow actually works. Nor the red. Not this time. However, we're gonna darken that sky a bit. Make that. Actually. Yeah. I want some ominous here. And add a little. Definitely bringing some gradient to this party. Tone you down a bit. You know, as we have some wonderful Resident Evil 2 music in the background. So, Ryan, while you are in the chat, you want to tell the folks at home how you came up with the idea for this particular cosplay? Because I think you're going to PAX with this, are you not? It's going to be fun. PAX East is coming up, so... Let's make the warehouse a little more ominous. With some creative dodging and burning here. Little heavy-handed there. Not 100. Let's go 75. That's what I wanted. 75 seems to be the mark here. That doesn't look like a pretty postcard. Greetings from Albany. Beautiful. So basically the idea is what happens to the nameless peon scientists that are part of Umbrella Corp when a bioweapon sample gets loose. And in my character's case, he managed to obtain a couple of samples, Ouroboros and the T-virus. Was also reminded of Itchy Tasty and combined a little bit of William Birkin into it as well. Yes, so for those of you who aren't familiar with Itchy Tasty, that is a reference to the original Resident Evil, where you, as either Jill or Chris, because it happens in both scenarios, you find a diary that was left by an animal keeper at the Umbrella lab that was hidden beneath the mansion. And he writes diary entries, and when the accident at the Umbrella mansion, at the Umbrella lab happens, he gets infected, not willingly. He virus breaks out, he got infected. And he was still writing journal entries as he was losing his mind and chunks of his body. And the last entry is, the last entry in the diary is Scott came, had ugly face, so ate him. 4/itchy tasty. So that's where we get itchy tasty from. They kept that diary in the remake of Resident Evil 1. I was very glad to know when I played it. I do. I like the Max Black there. I think that works. It is a classic. All right. I do actually want to shift to a couple of the studio images while we've got. So I want to know. I'm going to go to the images that Ryan personally loved. So let's do that. Let's see which ones he's talking about. 117 and 185. Oh, that. And that. Ah, okay. Yeah. We'll work on those. These do not contain needles. We'll do that. Sure. So this backdrop that's in the background is the exact one that's behind me. Which I purchased just for this shoot. And will absolutely be gorgeous going forward. That's a beautiful backdrop. Many fan-created arts include that story, too. That was really, like... Because it's one of the earliest pieces of evidence you find in the game of what actually fucking happened at the mansion. Like, you have all these zombies, but you don't really know what the hell happened. And the Keeper's Diary is one of the earliest solid pieces of evidence you get for the plot. So, all right. So yeah, this. Yeah, I can see why this is one of your favorites. This is pretty enjoyable. You're just like, just mixing virus, just. As I was joking during this part of the shoot, where some of the poses that he put himself in had a very sort of Sweeney Todd vibe to it. I just had these are my friends. See how they glisten. Yeah, just that whole was running through my head while I was shooting here. All right. Just with, and also in some of the images, he has these little sort of specimen vials, and same thing. Just my brain, T virus comes in a little glass vial, a little glass vial, a little glass vial. It's just, I will brighten you up a little bit. Not too much. Come inside my brain and see what happens when a photographer does a photo shoot. So for this, for some of these images, so I had two lights. I I always have 2 lights, because I haven't purchased a third. So we have one regular light to my left, Ryan's right, that had a what's called a honeycomb on it. I'll show you what it looks like. So it's got a honeycomb on it, but you can't really see in too great of a detail here. So I'll pop it out. So this is a honeycomb, and what this does is it narrows the beam of light. Because normally when you have just the regular reflecting dish around it, it's a wide range. This narrows the beam of light, and this is a 40-degree honeycomb, so it reduces the amount that the light spreads. So that's how we get the light on his right. On the left, it's a similar thing that I did when I did my last shoot with Rosemary with the colors. So on the other light, it's set up that I have a red plastic gel, which is giving more red to our dear evil scientist. Something I actually want to do, and I've mentioned this before, and the thought didn't pop into my brain during this shoot, but one of these days, if with the model's permission, I would actually like to live stream a shoot. We're not going to tone... We're going to tone down the red a little bit so it's not so hot. But, not all of it. Because if we get rid of all of the red in the image, that's what we get. Purple hands. That's what we get. No. No, no, no. A little extra darkness on the whites. Don't think we actually need to add more black. I don't think we need to add more black to the black. But if we added... we could go all red. could turn his face entirely red. But no, I don't think that'll work. I like the contrast of the split face there. So I want to keep that. He just looks so proud. Again, thank you so much for joining me this evening. Thank you for spending some of your Tuesday evening with me as I work on some photo editing. Last Saturday's Resident Evil cosplay shoot. With my good friend Winged 41 here. Although, because of how everything looks, I can easily do a hue shift, and we can just start playing all these different colors. Because as I always say, that's half the fun in Photoshop. Yes, that's how I do it. So let's do... Oh! Oh, ho, ho! That's an interesting feature. We go from the red and we fade to black. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Huh. Huh. I'm going to keep that. Let me just see what it looks like at 100%. Just go all the way across. Yeah. Now let's see how it looks like in reverse. What do you think, Ryan? As this is you. So if I'm doing a fade, a black and white to color gradient, do we go with the right in color, so it's more background, or that in which the background starts to fade to black? What do you think, chat? So do we just want a slight hint of red here on Ryan, or So, but which version of it is what I'm asking. Do you want it? So, going from black and white to red, or red to black and white? Icarus thinks black and white to red, so that would be that one. From red to black and white for Ryan, so that would be that one. Well, I always forget that I can do both. Red to B&W. It's like, and then we can just do black and white to red. I can save both. I have that power. And then we have just then straight black and white, which I will do. Although if we get rid of all of the red, it looks kind of. If I use a red filter that just gets rid of all of the red, it just kind of looks like a normal portrait. Just kind of like, oh, I'm just mixing something in the laboratory. Yes. What is this? Yes, beakers. It does! It looks like a stock photo for a lab tech. That's exactly it. Yes, come work for us. Our business is life itself. Yes, yes. This kind of an image that looks like this sort of reminds me of this would be something like in an old like Umbrella yearbook. Like, oh, look at this! Look, the who's who of our staff here, circa 1948, or whatever the hell Spencer created the Umbrella Corporation. Put the red back in. I'm gonna save this one for shits here. Just a straight black and W. Put the red back in. Okay, fine. We'll put the red back in. There. The red's back in. And I'm done with this one. And then this was Ryan's other favorite from this. I'm going to add to this. This is good, but I actually like this one. Yeah, we see the red, but I get more of your face in this one. Like, I think the expression comes across better. Yeah, this is cool, but we get more face here. Also, we don't have the red in the background and the chair as an additional distraction. I like this. That is my personal preference. But this is me. That's what I'm going for. That's what I was thinking, Icarus. Like, there's more sinister face here. Smile. Oh. I just had a thought and it went away. It'll be back. I like this one better. Just as a personal. So that one I know I will be working on. Maybe not tonight, but off stream. With his little specimen vials and his little T-virus. Oh, he's just so proud. This one I actually don't need to do too much to be perfectly honest. Another SK, by the way. Another SK. Can you clarify that? I'm not getting you. I don't need to do a whole lot. This one specifically. Another Stephen King, by the I've never read any of Stephen King's books. Ooh, if we bump up the contrast a bunch. Like that. Alright, we'll keep that. It's not too bad. That's not too bad. I like it. Hi, Steph! Good evening! Alright, let's do our good old black and white. Short time no... I know! Long time no see! How long has it been since I last saw you? Hours! But welcome. Ooh! The Max Black does some wonderful things here. Sort of hides some of his face. It's an interesting look. This is the Resident Evil researcher, yes. Let me pull up one that I've yes. So that was the one I just finished before you showed up. Thank you. Thank you very much. Ryan, you've got some fans. Okay, let me check a thing. I want to do a thing. Where's the specific one I was looking for? Ah, okay. Okay, so the next one I'm going to do does contain a needle. So I'm going to warn you now. So in case you are squicked out by it, I'll give you about 30 seconds or so before I pull it up. So in case you are uncomfortable by needles, just giving you fair warning. Because I like you guys, and I do not want you to be surprised. It is not puncturing skin. Ryan works in the medical field, and he probably knows how to use a needle properly, but there is no puncturing of skin. The illusion of puncturing skin, but not actually puncturing skin. That is why I'm giving everyone that is why I'm giving everyone that courtesy warning. So, just I love you guys, I respect you guys, and I want to make sure that, I don't want to surprise you. So, here we go. Same thing, Suez King, same thing. Like, I have Crohn's disease. I have to go get medicine every 8 weeks. I have an IV infusion every 8 weeks. I've had Crohn's disease since I was 20. 16 years I've had this now. And you'd think I'd be used to needles. Nope. So. So, yeah. So. Thing is, once that half second of panic subsides and the needle is actually in, I'm fine. It's just that build up to that brief prick. And then once it's in, it's like, all right, good, go, life goes on, whatever. Yeah, once it's in, then, I'm sitting in the doctor's office for, an hour while the meds are being infused into me. And I'm just like, all right, this is great. It's relaxing. Music's on. It's great. But that build up, that half second. Exactly. Exactly, Steph. All right. Exactly. I mean, this is an actual syringe. It doesn't have a pointed needle on it. It's got a blunt end on it. So I mean, you really have to, if you're gonna, but because I do I do keep a supply of syringes to actually, I have them to mix my photochemicals with, because I develop film in such small quantities that the quantities of some of the photochemicals that I need are for one roll of film is so small that a syringe is the only way that I can get the exact measurement that I need for a couple of those chemicals, because we're talking just, milliliters, single digit milliliters for a couple of them, one of them. You're a photo doctor. You're doctor. That's where I went wrong, Steph. I went and got a BFA. I should have got a PhD in photography. That's where I veered. But yes, anyone who makes an evil grin while piercing themselves in the arm is questionable. This is Resident Evil. Oh, Ryan and I had a blast with this, though. This was an amazing shoot. Long afternoon and into evening, but it was well worth it. I don't. Look at that grin that Ryan has, ain't he? He's so happy. Yes, I'm testing this on myself. Isn't this wonderful? Very Jekyll and Hyde sort of scene for some of these. It's like I'm just imagining him, somewhere off to the side, just writing down September 27th, 11:58 p.m. Consumed 10 centiliters of Formula HJ7. Salty. Bitter taste. Stings the tongue. Warm in the gullet. Heat spreading strongly through my veins. A slight feeling of euphoria. Lightheadedness. No noticeable behavioral differences. I do love that musical. Yes, the T-virus is supposed to make you stronger, after your flesh falls off and your brain becomes pudding. Technically. I mean, yes, becoming undead is a side effect of the injection, yes. Side effects may include necrophilia, brain mush, skin falling off, low resale value on your home, itchy, watery eyes. Oh, yes, and a craving for brains, yes. All we wanna do is eat your brains. It's not unusual. No one's gonna eat your eyes. Oh, wait a minute. Was I working on the wrong image this whole time? Was I working on the low-res JPEG version of that? God damn it, I was. Alright. What number is that? 155. That's alright, we're just gonna recreate those exact settings on the larger. Well, I mean, that's what you do. Alright, let's go back here. What did I do? 221. It's 248, so let's... You just have to catch my stream more often, Steph, and build those channel points back up. $247. Master was minus 20. Selective color. Reds was a 20%. Neutrals was a 15. Neutrals 15. Reds were a 20. And then we just gradiented it. If everyone's going to tell me something where I came in here to say hi and then I left on a beer. I've done that, yes. Lurk away. I will be here for at least another, like, 45 minutes, so. It is a work night, so can't be on for too long. Thank you for the lurk, and thank you for stopping by, my friend. There we go. That's what I wanted. And once again, if you are joining me, thank you so much for spending some of your Tuesday evening with me as I work on editing some cosplay images from last weekend's Resident Evil theme shoot. I am Brian French. If you are curious and want to know more about the kind of art photography that I do, type in !art and it will pull up the link to my card page, which is a link aggregate. And you can click that and you can get to the links of all my other places where I share my work. Instagram, Patreon, Vero, Redbubble, my website. All of that's there. And thank you so much for, once again, stopping by and seeing what I do. Brightness contrast, that won't do anything. Beep. Yeah, we're on the Resident Evil 4 soundtrack. I want to change that because I want to change that to Resident Evil 3. And next, where's my black and white? Let's do... No, I like that. Well, that's an interesting looking image. If we just add a whole bunch of yellow and magenta to it. I kind of like that, actually. Yeah, I'm going to keep that. I'm going to keep that. Okay. So we've done that. Done that. Oh, let's see, we've done that. Let's go here. This I want to work on tonight. As I said, it's my favorite of the outdoor set. We've moved away from the needles for the time being. Pretty good. Saturation. Oh, funky. Ouroboros in one hand, T-virus in the other. A particularly lethal combination. In this case, adding additional, making the neutrals a little darker won't actually do a whole lot. And again, that there's something very freaky about that red edit. That just fun with sliders. I don't care what program you use. Photoshop, Affinity, Clip Studio, Paint. I think half the fun of anything is just seeing, oh, what will happen if I slide this all the way over? Now, if we get rid of all of the black in the image, we have this. So, Ryan, do you want white hair and white eyes and white everything? Oh, I can do that. That's pretty easy to do. That's actually really easy to do. What was I doing? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We're gonna add some doom. Instant. How do you add instant doom to an image? Add a gradient. I think because we're back outdoors, that's gonna be too much. Let's go down to 50% or 75%. Yeah. Just ask Icarus, who is an artist in their own right, how you add instant doom to an image. Also, if you know it, you sing the Doom song as well. Doom, 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 doom. Pull that out as a blast from the past. Yeah, no. Okay, let's... Disco color sliders, yes indeed. Bump up the contrast and then the brightness and just go nuts. But since Suez King suggested it, let's see how this looks. I'm gonna zoom right in. Yep, zoom right up there. Let's see. Nope, don't want to do that. Wrong lasso. Wrong lasso, Kronk. Because I am always a fan of experimentation. I know Icarus loves when I do this. Although, I'm noticing that I'm looking at zooming in at 200%, I can actually see the reflection of me in his eyes. There I am, right in the middle. Stuck in the middle with you. Oh, something completely and utterly irrelevant, Icarus. So after I am done with Kingdom Hearts, I'm going to be playing A Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, and then after that, in the name of complete utter tonal whiplash, I will be playing Dino Crisis 2. Because I played Dino Crisis 1 last October as part of my Spooptober. And I wanted to play Dino Crisis 2 because I very much enjoy that game. Well, Suez King suggested it, so I'm seeing how it looks. All right, let's do the other one. Oh, back up. Too much. Good evening, Spetty Sanchez. Thank you so much. Welcome. What am I doing? Yes, edge detection. I forgot what I was doing for a moment. New layer via copy. So 2, we're gonna bring you all the way up here. And then do a curves adjustment on that. Bloop. Alright, so we're gonna go all the way up here. Again. And hue saturation. For the reds, we're just gonna bump those up. What did I have on the other one? I want to make sure they actually match. Curves 2, hue set 2. What was the red value? 95. Okay, so I'll make sure I get a close. Back out of here just a moment. Oh yeah, let's actually it's yeah. All right. Cool. Sure. So how are we looking so far? Yeah, I need to edit that eye a bit more. Again, you have to make those noises or it doesn't work. I am firmly in the Bob Ross school for that. Because he used to make all sorts of little noises while he was painting, and he always said, you have to make those noises or it doesn't work. And I always just thought, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I'll take that. You have to make those noises or it doesn't work. Do actually have to tone down this because you have an eyelash right here. So there you are. There you are, Ryan. Now you've got, now you've got these eyes. Congratulations, you're now feral. Well done. So I am going to save that. That's actually what I should do partially for for like the images where you're injecting yourself out in the street there, I should actually go back in and add. Both Spetty Sanchez. I did both. I did this was this past weekend where I did the cosplay shoot with my friend Winged 41 here, who's in the chat. He's the model. We did a part outdoor, and then part in my studio. So I'll just show you a couple of the ones that I've done so far tonight that were from the studio. That one. And this one again, this was the needle one from earlier. So and how much time have I got? I've got about 15 minutes before I need to start winding down and get ready for bed because it's a work night. So, Ryan, April really liked this one because we've got, you've got yourself standing out here. We've got the decaying Albany cold storage warehouse behind you, the bridge and the fence. So she really liked that one. Awesome. I do too. Let's see. I've already done... No, I haven't done that. So, in fact... Oh, I didn't do a black and white of this one yet. Black and white with the eyes. No. Oh, God. Yes, if you type in !art, it takes you the link to my card page. It showed up in the chat, actually, just a minute ago. BrianJFrench.card.co. That's like the link aggregate. That's my Instagram, Vero. You have links to my... Everyone's jumping on it. Link to my Instagram, Vero, Patreon, Redbubble, website, all the different ways you can find me. And find me in my art. Thank you, Icarus and Winged, for jumping on that, like the wonderful, wonderful moderators that you are. I actually think the default works well. So we'll hold that. Save as. Okay. So actually, I think the last one I'm going to work on tonight, because again, it is a work night. Since I haven't actually done any with the neutral backdrop yet, let's do this one. So we had the crimson backdrop, and I also had a light gray, which was sort of or light gray, sort of beige-ish, sort of to have the look of a the neutral look of a lab. Followed me on Instagram. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. So I do mostly video game streams, but I do art streams as well, my photography streams. Sometimes I do photography streams on Twitch, and also I do a lot of nude photography, not safe for work stuff, which I can't stream and edit on Twitch because Twitch hates bodies. So sometimes I do art streams over on the streaming platform called Picardo, whenever I have some nude work to work on. But usually when I do art streams, they're usually on Tuesday evenings, just like tonight. They're usually either I start at 7:30 or 8 o'clock. I'll usually go for a couple of hours. And also, I am part of a Discord group called Artist Back Alley, which is a huge motley collection of all sorts of artists in different media. And it's a very supportive group. And every 2 months, we do what's called a raid train. It's a weekend-long event where we have, at least 24 or so artists, and they're on Twitch for an hour, and when their hour is up, they raid the next artist on the schedule. So it's a continual train, and the next one of that is the weekend. It's the last weekend of the month. It's April 30th and May 1st. And information about Artist Back Alley. So I did actually update it today. Right there. Yes, Ryan, you and your thinker pose. Looking at this, consider the T-virus. So all the studio images that I've been editing tonight, they're all done right behind me. Like this is, we have my spouse and I. We have a 3-bedroom apartment, and the 3rd bedroom is my photo studio. So all these studio images are taken right here, right behind me. So. And there will be another photo shoot in this very studio in about 3 weeks' time. Use that. No, we don't need to go that extreme. Yep. And, neutral background, which means we don't need to do a whole lot of editing here. It's making me want to do a Resident Evil shoot. Are you a photographer or a cosplayer, Spetty Sanchez? Photographer, awesome. I'm always looking for more photographers to follow. Oh, and just to give you guys out in the chat a little teaser. Do I have it in here? I do not. However, I'm going to be on the Artist Back Alley train on Saturday, April 30th in the evening, and you guys are going to watch me develop a roll of film. Haven't done that in a while, so you'll get to see me develop a roll of film live. Good old black and white. Another roll of Ilford Delta 100. And that particular roll, I know it I did take some images of Ryan, actually, with that roll, and I also shot the rest of it this afternoon in one of our nearby cemeteries, which dated back to the early 1800s. So took some pictures there. So we've got some Resident Evil, and we've got some death on that roll, and you'll get to see me develop that. I gotta make sure I have all my chemicals ready to go. Making sure I have enough of them. What kind of photography do you do, Spetty? And feel free for any artist who's in the chat, share your links or anything that you've done recently. I have no problem showing off other people's work. Just make sure that whatever you post is safe for Twitch. SFX portraits. Oh, nice. Pics by Sergio.com. Let me have a look-see here. Oh. Special effects of I'm gonna share this with the class here. These look awesome. They are beautifully morbid and creepy, and I think Icarus will go crazy. Oh, these are stunning. Holy cow. Oh, you've already... Damn. Well done. That is amazing. Oh, I love them. Ooh. Yeah, that's a follow. Yep. Yep, there we are. Followed back. That's amazing. All right, so we have hit the 2-hour mark, which means it's time for me to start winding down for the night. So as I typically do whenever I do an art stream, I do a recap, and I get to just recap all the things that you got to see me do tonight. Let me just save this one. We'll just bring up Edge. Okay. So, from the studio portion of tonight's program, we've got these 4. Four variations on the same image. We have these 3. He's just so happy. And then we have, the strange case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde over here. Then we have our neutral one here. Yes, indeed. And then for our outdoor portion, so the first one that we worked on, 4 flavors of that. The first image I worked on tonight. And then we had Tiny Dragon sneaking in with the resub as I'm doing the recap. Spoopy spoops indeed. 16 months. Thank you so much for the resub. You will continue to have my undying love and appreciation and continue to enjoy the emotes. Coming in at the end here. Then we had this. Don't you worry, Tiny Dragon. As always, this stream will be saved on Twitch for the next 2 weeks, and it will be up on my YouTube channel in a couple of days. So, and I've got more to work on, so this will probably be happening next week as well. And then we have this. we're gonna end on that. Thank you, Suez, for the suggestion of having fun with his eyes. So again, my name is Brian French. I'm a professional photographer. If you like what I do, typing an ! art to get to my link aggregate card page, which has, again, the links to my Instagram, Vero, Patreon, Redbubble, etc., etc., etc. And my next stream will be this Friday, right here, in which I'll be doing another episode of Downloadable Content, my podcast, which is now in its 11th year. We're going to be talking about Metroidvania games. So if you want to be part of the discussion, whether on the audio or in the chat, that'll happen at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time this Friday. Again, all about Metroidvanias. So let us see if there's anyone on that we could all raid and share the party. Have a look. Oh, we've got plenty on tonight. let us move. Hold on, I'm seeing who's on right now. Got a number of artists on right now, actually. I have my picks. I have my pick for this. Kitsu Guardian, Mad Concepts, Keeman. I just want to see what Kitsu Guardian is up to. After the ad, you know. Let's see. Got some digital art happening there. Yeah. Let's move to Kitsu Guardian. So let me go back to my world here. Dum-de-dum-da-dum. All right, and as I typically say, once again, thank you so much for spending some of your Tuesday evening with me. I always, always, always appreciate having the pleasure of your company. Thank you so very, very much. Stay healthy, stay safe, go get vaccinated, go get boosted, wear your fucking masks, all of that fun stuff. Good night, and joy be with you all, everyone. Be well. I will see you Friday night.